Welcome, dear friend. Before this story begins, allow yourself to become comfortable. There is nothing you need to accomplish tonight. Nothing left to solve. Nothing waiting for your attention. The world can continue without you for a little while. Tonight belongs only to rest. Take one slow breath in through your nose. Hold it gently. And slowly breathe out. Again. A little slower this time. Feel your shoulders soften. Relax your jaw. Let your hands become warm and heavy. Now imagine yourself standing at the entrance of a quiet mountain valley, far away from busy streets and glowing city lights. The air is cool and wonderfully fresh. Every breath carries the rich scent of damp earth, wild moss, and ancient pine trees that have watched over this valley for hundreds of peaceful years. Above you, the evening sky is slowly changing. The last golden colors of sunset quietly disappear behind distant mountains. Soft gray clouds drift together, covering the stars one by one. There is no sense of urgency. Only the gentle certainty that rain is coming. The forest seems to know before anyone else. Birdsong becomes quieter. Small woodland creatures return to their hidden homes beneath roots and stones. Even the whispering wind begins to slow, as though nature itself is taking one long, peaceful breath. You begin walking along a narrow path lined with smooth stones and soft emerald moss. Your footsteps make almost no sound. The forest welcomes you without asking questions. Tall pine trees rise high above your head. Their dark green branches sway gently against the growing evening sky. Every now and then, a cool breeze carries the comforting fragrance of cedar wood and fresh mountain air. Far away, beyond the hills, you hear it. A quiet sound. Almost too soft to notice. Like distant applause. Like countless tiny hands brushing gently across millions of leaves. The rain has begun. Not here. Not yet. Only yes. The rain continues its gentle song upon the cedar roof. Steady. Patient. Comforting. Each drop seems to know exactly where to fall, creating a peaceful rhythm that wraps itself around the little cabin like a soft blanket. You remain nestled in the comfortable chair beside the window. There is no need to hurry. No reason to move. Only the quiet invitation to simply be. The warmth of the fireplace slowly spreads throughout the room. Amber light dances gently across the cedar walls, revealing the beautiful grain of the old timber. Every beam carries the memory of countless seasons. Long winters. Gentle springs. Golden summers. Quiet autumn evenings much like this one. The cabin has stood here through every changing season, watching the pine valley breathe beneath sun, snow, mist, and rain. Tonight, it welcomes you as though you have always belonged here. You pull the wool blanket a little closer around your shoulders. Its soft fibers feel wonderfully warm against your skin. The gentle weight encourages your muscles to relax even more. Your hands become pleasantly heavy. Your feet feel comfortably warm. Your breathing grows slower. Outside, the rain falls a little harder now. Not loud. Never overwhelming. Only fuller. Richer. The cedar shingles transform every raindrop into a soothing melody. Above you, thousands of tiny rhythms blend together into one endless lullaby. Tap. 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 You listen without trying. There is nothing to analyze. Nothing to remember. The sound simply exists. And somehow, each gentle beat carries away another lingering thought. The fireplace answers with its own quiet music. A soft crackle. A tiny pop. The warm sigh of glowing logs settling deeper into the dancing embers. The flames move slowly. Golden. Orange. Occasionally touched with a hint of deep crimson. Their gentle light flickers across the room, creating soft shadows that sway peacefully. The fire continues to glow quietly beside you. Its gentle warmth surrounds the room like a comforting embrace. Outside, the rain has settled into a peaceful rhythm. Not too heavy. Not too light. Simply steady. Simply calming. You rest in silence for a little while. Listening. Breathing. Feeling. The cabin is so peaceful that every sound seems to arrive with perfect gentleness. The rain upon the cedar roof. The soft crackle of the fire. The occasional whisper of old timber settling. The distant murmur of a woodland stream. Then, something else catches your attention. The wind. Not strong. Not cold. Only a gentle breeze moving gracefully through the towering pine trees. It carries a sound unlike any other. A soft whisper. As though thousands of pine needles are brushing against one another, sharing stories that have been carried across these mountains for centuries. You wonder what they might be saying. Perhaps they are telling stories of quiet winters beneath deep blankets of snow. Perhaps they remember the first spring flowers that bloom beside the streams. Or perhaps they simply sing to anyone willing to slow down long enough to listen. You smile softly. There is no need to know. It is enough simply to hear them. Curiosity gently invites you toward the front door. You rise slowly from the chair. The blanket slips softly from your shoulders. The warmth of the cabin follows you as you cross the wooden floor. Each step is slow. Comfortable. Peaceful. You place your hand upon the smooth wooden handle. The door opens without effort. Immediately, cool mountain air greets your face. Fresh. Clean. Filled with the wonderful scent of rain-soaked earth and evergreen forests. You step onto the covered porch. The rain continues to fall just beyond the roof, forming a shimmering curtain around the cabin. Tiny droplets sparkle in the soft lantern light before disappearing into the darkness. Time moves differently here. There is no clock asking anything of you. No distant traffic. No bright lights. Only the gentle rhythm of nature, unfolding one peaceful moment after another. You remain comfortably wrapped in the soft wool blanket. The chair seems to fit you perfectly now, as though it has quietly shaped itself around every place where your body has settled. The warmth of the fire is gentle. Never too hot. Only enough to create a feeling of complete comfort. Outside, the rain begins to change. Little by little, the steady drumming upon the cedar roof becomes lighter. The rhythm slows. The drops fall farther apart. Tap. 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 The storm is slowly wandering deeper into the mountains. It leaves behind a wonderful stillness. You notice the sound immediately. Not silence, but something even softer. The peaceful quiet that only comes after gentle rain. The fresh scent of the forest grows even richer now. Rain has awakened every pine tree. Every fern. Every patch of moss resting upon the forest floor. The mountain air feels wonderfully clean. You rise slowly from your chair once more. Without hurry. Without effort. You walk toward the window. Tiny droplets still cling to the glass. They shimmer softly as the clouds begin to drift apart overhead. For the first time tonight, a pale silver light appears. The moon, hidden for so long behind gentle clouds. Now it quietly shines across the valley. Its light is soft, almost dreamlike. The pine trees become graceful silhouettes against the silver sky. Each branch glistens with tiny beads of rain. Every droplet reflects the moonlight like a tiny lantern suspended among the needles. Mist continues to drift through the valley below. It moves slowly between the trees, like quiet rivers made of clouds. The entire forest seems wrapped inside a peaceful dream. You gently open the cabin door. The cabin has grown wonderfully quiet. The rain, once steady upon the cedar roof, has settled into a gentle whisper, like a distant lullaby carried through the pine valley. The fire burns lower now. Its golden flames rise and fall with slow, graceful movements. Every now and then, a glowing ember drifts upward before fading softly into the warm air. You settle a little deeper into the chair. The blanket feels pleasantly heavy across your shoulders. Its warmth surrounds you, while the cool mountain night remains safely beyond the cabin walls. You take one slow breath in. The comforting scent of cedar, warm chamomile, and rain-soaked pine fills the room. As you breathe out, every remaining trace of tension quietly slips away. Nothing asks for your attention now. Only the quiet crackle of the fire, the whisper of the forest, and the peaceful rhythm of your own breathing. The little cabin seems to breathe beside you. Its old wooden beams give a gentle sigh. The floorboards rest. The walls hold the warmth gathered from the evening fire. You close your eyes for a moment. Behind your eyelids, you imagine the silver moon still shining over the whispering valley. The pine trees sway gently beneath its light. The stream continues its quiet journey over smooth stones. Somewhere in the distance, an owl watches over the sleeping forest. Everything feels calm. Everything feels exactly as it should. Your breathing becomes slower still. Your heartbeat is soft and steady. Each peaceful sound invites you a little closer to sleep. The fire glows. The rain whispers. The valley dreams. And you drift gently with it. The room grows even quieter. The fire has settled into a bed of glowing embers. Their soft amber light paints gentle patterns across the wooden walls, moving so slowly that they almost seem still. Outside, a few lingering raindrops slip from the edge of the cedar roof. One. Then another. Each tiny drop finds its way to the earth below with a quiet, familiar sound. The storm has passed. In its place remains a deep and peaceful calm. You notice how wonderfully comfortable your body has become. Your shoulders feel loose. Your arms rest without effort. Your hands are warm beneath the blanket. Even your breathing seems to happen on its own now. Slow. Gentle. Easy. Take another quiet breath in. Imagine drawing in the cool fragrance of pine forests after rain. Hold it only for a moment. Now breathe out slowly. With every gentle exhale, allow yourself to sink a little deeper into comfort. There is nothing to remember. Nothing to prepare for. Tomorrow can wait patiently until morning. Tonight belongs to stillness. The little cabin seems to understand this. Its old timbers rest peacefully. The fireplace gives one soft crackle before becoming quiet again. Somewhere beyond the window, the small mountain stream continues its endless journey through the valley. Its water glides over smooth stones, creating a melody so soft it almost blends with your breathing. You imagine the moonlight resting upon the stream. Silver reflections drifting gently with the current. The pine trees stand watch along its banks, their branches moving only enough to whisper softly to the evening breeze. The entire valley seems asleep. The flowers close their petals until dawn. Tiny woodland creatures rest safely in their hidden homes. The birds tuck their heads beneath warm feathers. Even the wind has become quieter, moving through the forest with the gentlest touch. The quiet stretches gently through the cabin. Not empty. Not silent. Simply peaceful. The kind of peace that seems to settle naturally into every corner of the room. You remain comfortably nestled beneath the wool blanket, listening as the fire quietly breathes beside you. One glowing ember shifts. A tiny spark rises. Then disappears into the warm air above the hearth. The cedar logs continue their slow dance with the flames, releasing a comforting fragrance that fills the room. It is a scent that speaks of forests. Of quiet evenings. Of simple moments that ask nothing from you except to enjoy them. Outside the window, the pine valley glistens beneath the moonlight. Every branch still carries tiny pearls of rain. When a gentle breeze passes through the trees, those droplets slip quietly from the needles, falling one after another onto the soft forest floor. Some land upon patches of emerald moss. Others settle into beds of fern. Some disappear into tiny pools of crystal-clear water gathered among smooth stones. The forest accepts each drop without hurry. Everything here moves with perfect patience. The small stream winding through the valley continues its gentle journey. The recent rain has given it fresh life. Its clear water glides effortlessly around weathered rocks polished by countless seasons. Tiny ripples shimmer beneath the moonlight before disappearing downstream. If you listen carefully, you can almost hear the stream greeting every stone it passes. A soft murmur. A gentle laugh. A quiet conversation that has continued for centuries. The whispering pines seem to answer. Their branches sway ever so slightly. The breeze moves through thousands of evergreen needles, creating a sound so delicate it almost feels like breathing. Long. Slow. Peaceful. You notice how naturally your own breath begins to follow the rhythm of the forest. A slow breath in. Cool. Fresh. Comfortable. A gentle breath out. Warm. Relax. Effortless. Nothing needs to be forced. Your body already understands this peaceful place. The warmth from the fireplace reaches your feet first. Then your legs. Then your shoulders. It wraps around you with quiet kindness. The old rocking chair beneath you moves almost imperceptibly. Just enough to remind you that you are held safely. Comfortably. Its gentle motion matches the peaceful rhythm of the cabin itself. Somewhere on one of the nearby shelves, an old wind chime made from carved cedar and smooth river stones hangs beside the window. A faint breeze slips through a tiny opening in the frame. The chime responds with a single, delicate note. Not loud. Not bright. only soft enough to blend into the music of the night. The sound drifts through the room before fading naturally into the quiet. You notice the lantern resting upon the wooden table. Its warm golden light never flickers in a hurry. Instead, it glows with calm confidence, illuminating the grain of the old oak table, the worn edges of a favorite book, and the smooth ceramic mug that still holds a little warmth from the herbal tea. Nothing inside the cabin has changed for hours. And somehow, that feels comforting. There is no need for anything to happen. No destination waiting ahead. The beauty of this evening lives entirely within these small, peaceful moments. The whisper of pine trees. The gentle glow of the fire. The scent of cedar. The cool mountain air beyond the window. The quiet stream flowing through the valley. All of them remain exactly as they are. Patiently. Peacefully. As though the mountain itself has decided to slow time, allowing every moment to last just a little longer. You continue to sit beside the fire, simply watching the moonlight reflect upon the rain-covered glass. Every now and then, another tiny droplet slowly traces its way down the windowpane. Its path is unhurried. Graceful. Almost hypnotic. Beyond the cabin, the valley rests beneath. The moon climbs a little higher above the quiet valley. Its gentle light filters through the tall pine branches, painting soft silver patterns across the forest floor. The mist that lingered after the rain begins to drift more slowly now. It curls around the ancient tree trunks before floating quietly toward the little stream. Nothing in the valley seems hurried. Even the clouds move with graceful patience. You notice how every breath of cool mountain air carries a different fragrance. One moment, you catch the fresh scent of rain resting upon cedar bark. The next, the sweet aroma of wild ferns growing beneath the towering pines. Then comes the rich, earthy fragrance of moss warmed by the day's last lingering warmth. Each breath feels clean. Refreshing. Comforting. The cabin rests peacefully among the trees, its warm windows glowing like small lanterns in the night. From where you sit, the firelight reflects softly against the polished wooden floor. The amber glow reaches the corners of the room, revealing shelves filled with old books whose pages have grown soft with time. Some tell stories of mountain travelers. Some speak of quiet lakes hidden deep within evergreen forests. Others have simply waited for years, content to rest in silence. Tonight, none of them ask to be opened. Their stories can wait. This evening belongs to the gentle story unfolding all around you. Outside, a single pine cone slips from a high branch. It lands upon the thick bed of moss with the softest whisper. Barely a sound. Barely a movement. The forest accepts it without disturbance. Nearby, the little stream continues to wind its way through smooth stones that have rested there for countless generations. Moonlight dances upon the flowing water. Tiny reflections shimmer for a moment before drifting gently downstream. The water never rushes. It simply follows its quiet path, trusting every gentle curve through the valley.